Naila, why is English language important to learn?
This is because English language is an international language and is widely followed and understood by people across the world.
I want to learn this language.
To learn every language, there are some skills to develop. Follow this class to learn these skills.
Our viewers of MTA Africa, we welcome you once again to our program English Language. This has been a series of lessons on relationship between clauses. Our today's discussion is looking at coordinating compound sentence clauses. Coordinating compound sentence clauses, part 2. In the previous lesson, we looked at specifically how to coordinate the independent clauses in our compound sentence using the idea of addition and the idea of contrast. In this particular lesson, we are going to concentrate basically on how to use our idea on choice and results in coordinating our independent clauses to form compound sentences. Let's look at the objectives for the lesson. It is our aim that by the end of the lesson, you should be able to use choice and result coordinators in sentence constructions. It is our hope that by the end of the lesson, you should be able to use choice and result coordinators in sentence constructions. To explain how objective 1 occurs. Then 3, explain the importance of coordination in sentence construction. Today's lesson will be bringing us to an end on our discussion on coordination and also on compound sentences. So at the end of it all, we should be able to give anyone the most important reason why we have to construct sentences using compound sentences, or we have to construct sentences by having the idea of coordination. It is important that we know this ourselves so that when we read, we are able to give adequate meaning to whatever we read. And again, when we write, it becomes clear to anyone who reads our work as to what exactly we are communicating to our readers. Now let's go into the lesson. Today's topic is going to be looking at coordinating sentences using choice. Now the term choice is not any new thing. That is when you have options to choose from. When you have either A or B, and you are supposed to make a decision from the two. So either you go for, let me say, the left hand, or you go in for the right hand. So this, when we are confronted with such situations where you have to make a decision, then we say a choice is determined here. Now consider the compound sentences below. Let's take note the sentences below are compound sentences. I guess it's no more anything difficult for any of us to construct a sentence in a compound form. Now sentence 1. The group can come to the conference center or wait for us at the cinema. So here we have two situations that the group have to make. So we can have the first independent clause to be the group can come to the conference center. So that's the first independent clause. Then the second independent clause would also be the same group. The group can wait for us at the cinema. But because we have the group can already occurring in the first part of the sentence, that's in the first independent clause, we don't need to repeat the same construction, the group can, in our second independent clause. Therefore, we ignored it or omitted it and have the second independent clause to be wait for us at the cinema, which also makes sense. Wait for us at the cinema. So bringing the two together, we have the group can come to the conference center or wait for us at the cinema. So these two clauses are brought together by the use of the coordinator or. But you realize that from this very compound sentence, it is a decision to be made by the group. And the decision is being made when two options are being presented to the group. So the group would have to choose from one of the options. Go to the cinema center. Enjoy whatever is there as you wait for the rest. Or you go to the conference center and also enjoy whatever is there. So whichever decision you take, definitely the other wouldn't be realized. Now in the second one, Zach could give the parcel away or he could sell it out for money. So here we have the first independent clause to be Zach could give the parcel away, which makes sense. A simple sentence. You don't need any further information to get the meaning here. And the second independent clause being, he could sell it out for money, which also makes sense. An independent clause and therefore a simple sentence. Now these two sentences have been brought together to give us what is known as a compound sentence by the coordinator or. So we have all there joining these two independent clauses and then producing a unique sentence altogether. And that is, Zach could give the parcel away or he could sell it out for money. Here an option is being placed. Two options. Zach has one. Keep the parcel. And then when you keep the parcel, certainly you wouldn't get money. Or you have the option of selling the parcel. And when you sell the parcel, you have the money, but you do not have the parcel. So here, two options being placed before Zach, and Zach has to make a choice out of it. Either we write a commentary on the drama, or we take part in the stage act. So here too, we have two options being placed before the group, or before the addresser. Before the addresser, before the very one who is speaking or writing. Now, the choice of writing a commentary on the drama is one. So if you take part in writing a commentary on the drama, you wouldn't be part of those who will act the play or the drama on stage. So two options provided. Go with those who would want to write a commentary on the drama, or go with those who would want to be part of the act. So you have only one to choose from. Two independent clauses being brought together. Let's take note. We have the first independent clause to be, we write a commentary on the drama. And the second independent clause to be, we take part in the stage act. These two independent clauses make complete sense and are therefore qualified in their individual rights to be simple sentences. Now, the coordinator there is either or. That's the coordinator there. Either or, placing the option. So, the first independent clause comes just after either. And the second independent clause comes just after or. So let's take note. Our coordinator there is either or. Then in our fourth sentence, we have neither their work was accepted nor their appeal for review. So we have two independent clauses here. Their work was accepted. And then we have the other one, their appeal for review was accepted. So we have these two statements there. But now the statement neither is negating the two statements. So the coordinator there is neither nor. So let's take note. Neither nor. But immediately we have neither nor. It brings a situation of negation. Though the independent clauses are positive in their nature, that is, their work was accepted. Then we also have their appeal for review was accepted. But neither nor is bringing a negation there to tell us that they had two options, and none of these two options was accepted. So neither their work was accepted nor their appeal for review was accepted. So we have these two statements being negated. So they had two options. One option was to present their work, which should have been accepted or could have been accepted, or they go for appeal for a review if the work happens not to have been accepted. But in this case, the speaker is telling us that the two options available to them didn't materialize. So they lost in both cases. Their work was not accepted. Their appeal for review wasn't also accepted. So I'll have our coordinator there, neither nor. So when you have your two options available to you, which you have to choose, but it so happens that these two options did not happen, never came to reality, then we are helped by the use of the coordinator neither nor in bringing these two independent actions together. So we have neither nor helping us realize this compound sentence. Then we have the fifth one, send the agreed amount, otherwise they would look for a new buyer. So we have two independent clauses there. Again, send the agreed amount, one independent clause, which makes sense on its own, and therefore is qualified to be a simple sentence in its own right. Then the second independent clause, they would look for a new buyer, which also makes sense in its own way and doesn't need another statement to give us the meaning the speaker wants to put across. And now, otherwise, the coordinator, that places a choice, that places an option to the one being addressed, is used to bring the two together. So you have the option of sending the agreed amount and have whatever you are looking for, or you have the option of not sending the agreed amount and whatever you are looking for is given to a different person who is interested in. Good. In each sentence, a choice was made, which I've been trying to explain along the line. In each sentence we looked at, a choice was made. For example, taking sentence 1 again for further explanation, we had it like, the group can come to the conference center or wait for us at the cinema. That was the first sentence, the first compound sentence. Again, we have two independent clauses there. The group can come to the conference center. That is one. Wait for us at the cinema, another. But of course, let's take note that it is the same group being addressed, that group should wait at the cinema. And then they are to make a choice out of that. So the group cannot do the two actions. Only one can be carried out. The group cannot be at the conference center and at the same time wait for the rest, or wait for the speaker and the rest at the cinema. That is not possible. The group is not given that option to enjoy these two things. So the group has only one option too. Even though the speaker or the addresser and the others, because ours is used there, it means the addresser is with someone. He's not alone or she's not alone. They have the option of going to the conference center and also coming to the cinema. But the rest of the group that is being addressed has only one option to choose from. Either come to the conference center or wait at the cinema. And the two options are put before the group, and the group can only carry out one. So when we have situations like this, then we are placed under the coordinating situation where we call choice. Zach could give the parcel away, or he could sell it out for money. Here, Zach doesn't have the opportunity to do the two actions. Zach cannot keep the parcel and at the same time sell the parcel for money. Zach has only one option to choose from, and that option is left to Zach to decide. Sell the parcel out for money, or you keep the parcel and then have no money on you. So here, the writer, the speaker, realizes a situation of two options placed. But in this situation of these two options placed, only one is possible. And you are placing equal importance. The speaker is placing equal importance on these two options. So you are necessarily required to go for a coordinator. A coordinator here means that a linking word that brings two independent clauses together, where the speaker is placing equal emphasis, equal importance on each independent clause. In this case, because it is of choice, the coordinator or is used. Then we have the fifth sentence to be send the agreed amount, otherwise they'll look for a new buyer. Either send the agreed amount, that's what it means there, or you start not getting what you wanted. So an option is also being placed. It's not compulsion in a way, it's a choice. But you know that when you decide to go for one, you lose the other one out. So if you do not have the money or you want your money, you keep it and you don't have the item. So a situation of that nature where each aspect, each independent clause is a necessary important to the speaker, a coordinator otherwise is being used there. So in compound sentence, the speaker places equal importance on each independent clause. In the compound sentence, the speaker places equal importance on each independent clause. And that's what we've seen. In each compound sentence, that's what the speaker has done. Both clauses, the information in each of them, in each clause, in the various compound sentences, are very important to the speaker. In each case, the speaker is indicating a possibility of only one action being possible, even though two actions are available. Two actions are available, but only one action is possible. When speakers confront such situations, the coordinators or otherwise, either or, neither nor are used. So a situation where a speaker or a writer or an addresser has a choice to make from two options, but only one of those options are possible. A coordinator that indicates a choice is used. Remember, you are using a coordinator here because you have equal importance to each choice that is being presented before you, to each option that is being presented before you, the speaker. So you go in for your coordinator, or otherwise, either or. But let's remember, anytime or most often, neither nor negates our options. So when you use neither nor, the options being presented to you are being negated. You have two options, but in each case, they've been negated. So the possibility of you even having either of those actions being possible for you is also snatched from you. And now we move to coordinating sentences using result. Now when we have compound sentences, we need to coordinate them using result. How do we do that? And this is what we mean. When one independent clause gives an information that indicates the outcome of what happened in the previous independent clause, one of the following coordinators are used. Now, what we are saying is that something has happened. And because of one particular thing that has taken place, another thing comes out of it. So one thing is coming or is happening because one has already taken place. When we have situations like that, then we are confronted with an idea of what is known as result, the outcome, or the end result of what has taken place. And when we are faced with such situations and we want to place equal importance on these actions as independent clauses, we have the following coordinators that we can choose from: accordingly, therefore, consequently, and hence. These are coordinators available to us we can choose from in indicating a situation where in our compound sentence, one independent clause is as a result of the other. As in we have, they left their luggage carelessly at the station, hence everything was stolen. So here you see a group of people had luggage. They got to a station, left it carelessly. And definitely, when you leave anything carelessly, what happens? Something negative will surely happen to it. We are told the outcome of their action of leaving their luggage carelessly is that the item or the luggage was stolen. So we have two independent clauses here. They left their luggage carelessly at the station. That's one independent clause. Everything was stolen. Another independent clause, which makes sense. But everything was stolen. The action of stealing the luggage occurred because the luggage was left carelessly. You understand that? If the luggage had been kept in a very secured manner, or at a safe place, or kept by someone to look after, it wouldn't have been stolen. But because it was left carelessly, then it was stolen. So here, everything was stolen. It's as a result of the action in our first independent clause. The class was given the assignment on the last day of the term. Consequently, the class presented it late after vacation. Two independent clause. The class was given the assignment on the last day of the term. One independent clause. Yeah, it looks lengthy, but the fact is that we have only one subject-verb agreement there. The class is a subject. Was given is our verb there. The assignment on the last day of the term are just things that are added, which we have already discussed. If you want to understand that, you go back to our previous lesson by following the channel below, get lessons on that and revise. Now, the second part of our independent clause, which is the class presented it late after vacation. Remember, it there is referring to the assignment. It's another independent clause. So the action of presenting the assignment late arises out of the fact that the assignment was given to them on the last day of the term, when the school was going home on vacation, when the students were leaving the school. That was when the assignment was given. It was therefore not possible for any student to have done the assignment that very day and present it. Therefore, what happened was that the assignment had to be presented late after vacation. He refused to follow the instructions. Therefore, he cannot complain about unfair treatment. So you see, we have two independent clauses here coming together to form that compound sentence. He refused to follow the instructions. That is an independent clause, giving us a complete meaning. He cannot complain about unfair treatment. Another independent clause, giving us a complete meaning. And these two independent clauses qualify to be simple sentences in their own right. Now, the two are brought together, and the coordinator therefore is being used. And why is therefore being used? Therefore is used because the second independent clause arises, the situation in the second independent clause arises as a result of what happened in our first independent clause. So because he has no right to complain because of what happened, we are using the coordinator therefore. So therefore is used there to indicate results of the action that happened in the previous one. The result of you failing to read the instruction and following them or following instruction is that you have no right to complain of unfair treatment. So anytime we are constructing our sentences, compound sentences, and the idea of placing equal importance on our sentences arise, we should therefore know that the situation of coordination comes to mind. And when we are confronted with the situation of coordination, then what we are required to do is that we go in for coordinators or coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunction can be grouped into areas which we have done so far. One of the areas to group them is we have coordinating conjunction that fall under results. And they are hence, therefore, consequently, accordingly. And then we have coordinating conjunction that falls under choice, or coordinators that falls under choice. And these include or, otherwise, either or, neither nor. And then we also have coordinating conjunction or coordinators that falls under addition. We have furthermore, moreover, also, and. And then we have coordinating conjunction or coordinators that fall under contrast. And we have among them to include however, yet, still, as part, then but. So it becomes easy for us in constructing compound sentences. Remember, depending on the circumstance of your idea, depending on the situation you found yourself, that you will be able to decide whether you are going for a coordinator that is under choice, that is under addition, that is under result, or that is under contrast. You are making your statement. You are the one constructing your sentence. You are the one speaking. You are the one writing. What situation are you confronted with? You are placing equal importance here. So you need coordinators. Remember, it is mostly compound sentences that coordinators are used. So you should choose from among these classes of coordinators that have been discussed so far to have your sentence constructed correctly. In our next discussion, we shall move to another sentence, and that will also take us to another way of linking sentences together, and that shall be complex sentences. So when you have complex sentences, how do you bring those sentences together? This shall be the next lesson we shall be looking at. Get ready to join me next week on the same channel, MTA Africa, with your pens and your exercise books. And through them, we say, enjoy your day and may God bless us all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.